Hey guys, this is Callum from EnglishShooting. Now I'm sure many of you have already seen the video I recently made on Sean O'Neill. If you haven't, go and check it out because this video is going to make a lot more sense. Sean O'Neill, chief reporter for The Times, has done a hit piece on the UK PSA once again. This time about the use of 9mm pistols out in Northern Ireland at the Nizza Ranges. Now, what I want to talk about is people's responses to this. So the article has done its rounds on Facebook and other social medias. So has the video that I put out about Sean O'Neill. And overwhelmingly, the response has been quite positive. However, there is a small group of people that I've seen saying that, well, this is what you get when you're so out there and you promote the sport and you put it out on social media, and that actually we should stay in the shadows and that we shouldn't be promoting the sport on social media and within any form of media, and that we should just keep to ourselves. And respectfully, what a load of bollocks. How are we ever going to expect this sport to grow if we don't show people it? This has been the approach for a very long time of many organisations, and unfortunately it hasn't really got us anywhere. And actually the organisations that seem to embrace social media and seem to embrace showing off this sport and promoting it seem to attract a lot more new shooters. It's sort of funny how that works, because that's what we really need ultimately, is as many new shooters in this sport as possible. And if people don't know about shooting sports within the UK, they don't know about our firearms laws, and there isn't anything out there to show them, well, how are they ever going to learn? As I've said many times before, it wasn't until I was 20 years old that I realised you could actually own guns legally in the UK. I jumped straight into it thereafter. Well, how many other people are there that are going to wait for quite a significant portion of their life to suddenly fall upon shooting sports, when we can actually be using valuable tools like social media to reach these people as early as possible, to attract them into the sport as early as possible, increase the amount of firearms owners within the UK, increase the number of members of various organisations, and ultimately strengthen shooting sports within the UK. I think running and hiding is the complete opposite of what we need to be doing. And actually, when you break it down, yes, I'm sure there have been a few sleepless nights from members of the UK PSA, their committee, council members, but no harm has come of the UK PSA because of it. They've had to put up with a lot more work in emails and sort of calming people down. But all I can see as a result of Sean O'Neill's articles is actually a number of messages directly to me through EnglishShooting, to Gumroom TV, to Bluefield Sports, and to the UK PSA about people that are actually very interested in taking up practical shooting. So, as far as I can see, the only result is that we've actually encouraged and reached some new people. So, please, Sean O'Neill, carry on. Carry on publicising the sport. Carry on publicising the facilities that the UK PSA have access to, mainly Nizza, to provide handguns that would otherwise not be available to UK PSA members. Please keep publicising it, because we are going to welcome with open arms the new people that are going to read those articles and go, actually, that looks pretty fun, I'm going to go and do that. Because it is fun, it's safe, it's enjoyable, it teaches discipline, and it's something that's going to take you all over the world. What's the harm in people doing that, Mr. O'Neill? So no, I'm sorry, I cannot see in any which way why we should run and hide. There is always going to be a bad element to exposure, a bad element to putting yourself out there. You're always going to have naysayers, you're always going to have criticisms when you put yourself out there. But you have to take the rough with the smooth, and as long as the smooth is certainly more than the rough, then we should keep doing it. And if we're going to go back to the days of old where we are going to be a secret society that no one knows about, we are slowly going to die. And if we're not vocal about standing up against things like the offensive weapons bill and saving 50 caliber rifles, well, a lot of that was social media. It was the support and rallying of all shooters alike, emailing their MPs, putting in their side of the argument when it came to the consultation. How would you ever orchestrate that and get that done without the likes of social media? So no, let's not run and hide. Let's show all the positive natures of shooting and shooting sports within the UK. Now, you have to be sensible about it, and I've certainly learned the hard way putting things out there that aren't ultimately beneficial for the sport, and I have paid pretty much the ultimate price for that. So you have to be balanced, you have to be sensible, and you have to be aware of what you are putting out there. Things like the Full Metal Jacket range are not a good advert for this sport. Something, again, that Sean O'Neill picked up upon. As a community, we just have to make sure that the media that is out there is promoting the sport as best as possible, and that we are showing people the best side of shooting, the safe and enjoyable side of shooting. That's all we have to be careful of. So there we go, guys. A big thank you to everyone that's been supportive of my previous video, and certainly everyone that's been supportive of the UK PSA, and certainly anti-Sean O'Neill in this matter. And to those that don't like the videos, that don't like sharing and promoting this sport, I'm sorry, but you're grossly outnumbered, and I think you really need to get with it in a way. But be sensible and think before you post. Share this sport, promote this sport, and let's continue to grow this sport together. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, I hope to see you soon.